Have you ever had a dream so vivid, so unsettling, that it clung to the edges of your mind long after waking? A dream filled with strange symbols and powerful, yet inexplicable, imagery. Imagine a king, the most powerful man in his world, haunted by such a vision, a colossal statue composed of gleaming metals, each section distinct, yet ultimately fragile. This is the story of King Nebuchadnezzar's dream, a dream that held the key to the rise and fall of empires, a dream that only one man, Daniel, a captive from Judah, could unravel. The opulent throne room of Babylon buzzed with hushed whispers. King Nebuchadnezzar, his brow furrowed with a persistent unease, had summoned his wise men, the enchanters, the astrologers, the Chaldeans. He had been plagued by a dream, a terrifyingly real vision that had vanished upon waking, leaving behind only a gnawing anxiety. "I have had a dream," the king declared, his voice resonating with royal authority and underlying frustration, "and my spirit is anxious to understand the dream." The wise men, adorned in their elaborate robes, bowed low. "O king, live forever. Tell your servants the dream, and we will show its interpretation." But Nebuchadnezzar, his suspicion piqued by their past failures, set a daunting challenge. "The dream has slipped from my memory," he stated, his gaze sweeping across their faces. "If you do not make known to me the dream and its interpretation, you shall be torn limb from limb, and your houses shall be laid in ruins. But if you tell me the dream and its interpretation, you shall receive from me gifts and rewards and great honor. Therefore, tell me the dream and its interpretation." Panic rippled through the assembly. How could they possibly reveal a dream the king himself had forgotten? They pleaded with him, but Nebuchadnezzar remained resolute, convinced they were stalling. He issued a decree that all the wise men of Babylon, including Daniel and his companions Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, were to be executed. When Arioch, the commander of the king's guard, arrived to carry out the grim order, Daniel, with his characteristic wisdom and tact, approached him. He inquired about the hasty decree and requested an audience with the king, promising to reveal the interpretation. Granted his request, Daniel returned to his companions, and together they sought the mercy of the God of heaven concerning this mystery, so that Daniel and his companions might not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. In the stillness of the night, as they poured out their hearts in prayer, the secret was revealed to Daniel in a vision. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Daniel praised God, saying, "Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. And he changes the times and the seasons. He removes kings and sets up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who have understanding. He reveals deep and secret things. He knows what is in the darkness, and light dwells with him. I thank you and praise you, O God of my fathers. You have given me wisdom and might, and have now made known to me what we asked of you, for you have made known to us the king's matter." With newfound confidence, Daniel was brought before the king. Nebuchadnezzar, still troubled by his forgotten dream, looked intently at the young captive. "Are you able to make known to me the dream that I saw and its interpretation?" he asked, a flicker of hope in his voice. Daniel, humble yet resolute, replied, "No wise men, enchanters, magicians, or astrologers can show to the king the mystery that the king has asked, but there is a God in heaven who reveals mysteries, and he has made known to King Nebuchadnezzar what will be in the latter days. Your dream and the visions of your head as you lay in bed were these. As for you, O king, as you lay in bed your thoughts came upon what would be hereafter, and the revealer of mysteries has made known to you what will be." He continued, his voice gaining strength as the Spirit of God filled him. "You, O king, saw, and behold, a great image. This image, mighty and of exceeding brightness, stood before you, and its appearance was frightening. The head of this image was of fine gold, its chest and arms of silver, its middle and thighs of bronze, its legs of iron, its feet partly of iron and partly of clay. As you looked, a stone was cut out by no human hand, and it struck the image on its feet of iron and clay and broke them in pieces. Then the iron, the clay, the bronze, the silver, and the gold, all together, were broken in pieces and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, so that not a trace of them could be found. But the stone that struck the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. A hush fell over the throne room. Nebuchadnezzar listened intently, his eyes fixed on Daniel, as the memory of his dream flooded back. Daniel then began the profound interpretation. "This is the dream. Now we will tell the king its interpretation. You, O king, the King of kings, to whom the God of heaven has given dominion, power, strength, and glory, and into whose hand he has given wherever the children of man dwell, or the beasts of the field or the birds of the heavens, making you ruler over them all, you are the head of gold." Daniel declared, acknowledging Nebuchadnezzar's mighty Babylonian empire as the first kingdom represented by the magnificent golden head. "After you shall arise another kingdom inferior to you," Daniel continued, his gaze unwavering. This represented the Medo-Persian Empire, which would conquer Babylon, symbolized by the less precious, yet still valuable, silver. "And after it shall arise another kingdom of bronze, which shall rule over all the earth." This third kingdom was the Grecian Empire under Alexander the Great, known for its military prowess and symbolized by the strong and durable bronze. "And there shall be a fourth kingdom, strong as iron, because iron breaks to pieces and shatters all things. And like iron that crushes, it shall break and crush all these." This powerful fourth kingdom was the Roman Empire, whose legions were renowned for their strength and ability to conquer and subdue nations, much like iron shatters all it encounters. The legs of iron symbolized its initial unified strength. "And as you saw the feet and toes, partly of potter's clay and partly of iron, it shall be a divided kingdom, but some of the firmness of iron shall be in it, just as you saw the iron mixed with the soft clay. And as the toes of the feet were partly iron and partly clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly brittle." Daniel explained that the Roman Empire would eventually fragment into smaller kingdoms, some retaining strength, iron, while others would be weak and unstable, clay, unable to truly unite. The intermingling of iron and clay signified their attempts to consolidate power through alliances and intermarriage, yet never achieving true cohesion. Finally, Daniel revealed the most significant part of the dream. "And in the days of those kings the God of heaven will set up a kingdom that shall never be destroyed, nor shall its sovereignty be left to another people. It shall break in pieces all these kingdoms and bring them to an end, and it shall stand forever, just as you saw that a stone was cut from a mountain by no human hand, and that it broke in pieces the iron, the bronze, the clay, and the silver and the gold. A great God has made known to the king what shall be in the latter days. The dream is certain, and its interpretation is sure. The stone, cut out without human hands, represented a divine intervention, a kingdom established by God himself that would ultimately supersede all earthly empires. This everlasting kingdom, Daniel revealed, would shatter the preceding kingdoms and endure forever. Overwhelmed by the profound truth of Daniel's words and the undeniable recollection of his forgotten dream, King Nebuchadnezzar fell on his face and worshipped Daniel, commanding that an offering and incense be presented to him. The king acknowledged the power of Daniel's God, declaring, "Truly, your God is the God of gods and Lord of kings, and a revealer of mysteries, for you have been able to reveal this mystery." Nebuchadnezzar then elevated Daniel to a high position and bestowed upon him many great gifts. He made him ruler over the whole province of Babylon and chief prefect over all the wise men of Babylon. At Daniel's request, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were appointed over the affairs of the province of Babylon, while Daniel remained at the king's court. Thus, Daniel's God was glorified, and the king of Babylon himself bore witness to the divine power that revealed the secrets of a dream that painted a sweeping panorama of earthly powers and the ultimate triumph of God's eternal kingdom. The dream of the statue, once a source of anxiety for a powerful king, became a testament to the sovereignty of a higher power, revealed through the faithfulness and wisdom of a young man from a conquered land.